Hello, we are walking in the rain together. So if you see any water forming on my face or the phone, it's because it's drizzling. But I woke up this morning with two different self-compassion lessons that I wanted to share with you. So the first one, I had a day 2 days ago. It was during that time of the month, and my energy level was super low. And I hear from women all too often they sabotage during that time of the month because they try to keep their activity levels, their productivity levels, and all of their responsibilities at the same place that they do all month long. And self-compassion looks like this. I had a day of coaching and I had a window of time I could have gone for a bike ride with my family, rushed back, made lunch, and gone back to coaching. Now, normally that's totally fine for me. I have enough energy to do all that. But that day, self-compassion, I felt really tired. I felt a little bit pressed. And I said to myself, what do I really need right now? Do I need to go for the bike ride or do I need to rest? Not what do I want? What do I need? What does my body need? What does my mind need? And what is going to lead to self-sabotage later? Because what happens when we try to stay at that same activity level, the same productivity level all the time, and we don't listen to our body, we don't listen to where our mind is and how we're mentally feeling, we sometimes put too much on our plate and then we start to self-destruct, okay? So self-compassion is right now, Heather, what you really need is to take that extra hour and prepare lunch with the kids gone. Maybe your husband takes the kids for the walk or the bike ride by himself. You go ahead and finish up so you don't feel so mentally fatigued and physically fatigued, and you put the bike ride off for another day. And then I say to my spouse, this is what I really need, self-compassion. I really could use you taking the kids for a bike ride. Now, some families and some spouses may not be on board with that, but it might mean a change of plans. Hey kids, I know we were gonna go for a bike ride, but mommy really is exhausted and needs a break right now. So what we're gonna do is go out back and you guys can shoot each other with your water guns, Nerf guns, whatever, or jump in the trampoline, play on the playground equipment in the back, whatever it is that you've got that's a good action for your kids to be taking that might not require you as the parent to have to do the same thing. My point with this illustration is self-compassion is identifying how you're physically feeling, making sure that your actions are in line with your ability level at this time, tapping into where you are maybe with your cycle and what you can realistically have. And I encourage all women listening to this right now, that week of the month, dial it back. That would be the week to take a lot of stuff off your plate. It might be the week to get a babysitter to come in and help you. It might be the week to plan to have meals delivered that are already prepared. I know some people, it's very extreme as to how they feel during that time, and you might need to automate a lot of things. Maybe that's the week you have your home cleaner come in, or you ask somebody to come in and clean your home for you. You really dial it back. And even if it's not that week of the month, let's just say it's a random Tuesday. If you are exhausted or you know your energy level is low and you've got a lot to do, self-compassion is hearing that, because what you realize is, yes, you could push hard. Yes, you could drive yourself and make it happen. You're capable of doing that. But the question becomes, how does that play out later in the day? Does it end up with you face first in the pantry because ultimately you forced yourself to do something that you really didn't have the energy or focus to do, but you thought you should do it? And you notice that word should always pops up in these compassion videos. You thought you should do it, and so thus you did it, but you ultimately ended up creating a situation where now you're really wasted at the end of the day. And so you're trying to get energy back from highly processed carbohydrates, right? So I'm going to encourage you, self-compassion, listen to where you are that day. If the to-do list is too long, knock it down. Ask people to help, and do not feel like if you don't do everything today, you're failing. You're not. Your list is great. It's a great potential list of things to do. It doesn't mean that that's where you will be energy-wise, focus-wise, and you don't know what each day brings. So that self-check-in is super important. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.